Hi, everybody. Welcome to Chewing the Fat podcast, a show where we talk about everything and nothing. We talk about philosophy, current events, religion, everything in between. And tonight, as always, we have my co-hosts, Gregory,
Hey guys.
and we have DT.
Welcome back.
Welcome. How are we doing tonight, gentlemen?
Good.
Yeah, doing well.
Got
Awesome.
my beverage of choice, some
Nice.
Christmas ale from Great Lakes Brewing here in Cleveland.
So tonight, I think a lot of people are seeing behind the veil, seeing the construct that we're living in. So I wanted to talk about the grand illusion and not the Styx song, just the illusion of abundance, illusion of choice. And I was doing this really cool thing on the Chromebook. It's like this notebook. You can like prompt it with what you want to learn about. So I put all this stuff into it, and I made this video, and we'll play a little bit of it, and it's really good. I mean, I prompted with all, but it actually breaks it down really good of the conglomerate and how our dwindling choice. So let's add that to the stage.
The illusion of choice.
Yeah, the illusion of choice, and we'll give it a play here.
For one simple but really important question. Who's actually calling? All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to peel back the curtain on all those brands you use every single day to answer one simple but really important question. Who's actually calling the shots? You know, the comedian George Carlin had this bit about a hidden layer of control behind our daily lives. And it turns out, when you look at the data on corporate ownership, he was really onto something. His whole point was that the real owners, they control the politicians, the big companies, and maybe most importantly, the media that shapes what we all hear and think.
I got a couple videos of George Carlin talking, so we'll add it to the stage. What do I got to remove this one and add this one? There we go. This is George Carlin, probably in the late 90s, probably.
Yeah, it's
Early
90s,
2000s?
somewhere 90s, I think, 2000.
They're out in the open now. They're not even trying to conceal it anymore. The owners of the country they got their election. They said, we're going to get this election. We put you people in that court for a reason.
All right,
Now's
back
the time
to
pay
earth
us.
for you
And
now.
yeah, forget all that stupid. Will you? They're out in the open. They're openly driving the bus.
Look how young Bill Maher was, huh?
Yeah.
And we're all in the back.
There is no national conspiracy to buy elections and control America. Now talk about back to earth. Conspiracy, but
You
because
don't need a formal conspiracy.
Right.
When interests converge, these people went to the same universities and
please.
fraternities. They're on the
It's
same
very
boards
simple.
of directors. They're in the same country clubs. They have like interests. They don't need to call a meeting. They know what's good for them, and they're getting it. And there used to be 7 oil companies. There are now 3. It will soon be 2. The things that matter in this country have been reduced in choice. There are 2 political parties. There are a handful of insurance companies. There are about 6 or 7 information things. But if you want a bagel, there are 23 flavors because you have the illusion. You have the illusion of choice. Right. You don't get the real important choice. There's no freedom of choice. They're out in the open.
That was 2005.
2005.
I just looked it up. Yeah, right
Nice.
after Hurricane Katrina.
Hurricane Katrina. Wow. Well, and then here we have another video. We'll play another video of George Carlin in case people don't know who he is and what he's about.
But there's a reason. There's a reason for this. There's a reason education sucks, and it's the same reason that it will never, ever, ever be fixed. It's never going to get any better. Don't look for it. Be happy with what you got. Because the owners of this country don't want that. I'm talking about the real owners now. The real owners, the big wealthy business interests that control things and make all the important decisions. Forget the politicians. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. They spend billions of dollars every year lobbying.
Yeah. That's how it is. That's how it is. And
You're the wordsmith.
yeah, he was. Well, he had the 8 words you can't say on TV.
Mm-hmm.
The 7 curse words. Let's start with. I'm moving stuff around here, but
he's definitely big on freedom of speech. That's why he says those things later on in his act, because he does the whole comedy bit, the whole routine, and then later on, that's what he comes out with. He doesn't make it like a formal thing at the beginning, and he was always known to be like that. I'm sure us 3 right here know that.
Well, he was like well with the establishment, like was doing like gigs with the establishment, and then something just clicked, and he turned to the other side. He was like became a hippie, and it's like, no, this is all corporate America.
Well, he would be like the real woke, the real awakening, the veil dropped, the eyes opened, situation where he was like, dang, I see really what's going on. And then that's where he's talking about all the companies that own everything else to push their narrative, propaganda machine. And he was like, now I have a place, I have people, I can go out and talk about this. And he makes it funny, but real at the same time.
Yeah, he's good. And I'm kind of, he's good.
Dave Thomas and I don't know if you listened to his last special it was recorded. He died before it got released. I found it. I think I found it, or Dave found it. One of us found it and sent it to the other one. And we were listening to it. And the reason it wasn't released was because of COVID-19, I think, right, Dave? You remember this?
I don't think it was COVID. I think it was another thing like that, though.
But it was something that he called in the special or just happened, and it wasn't related. He didn't say it specifically, but then whatever that event was happened directly after, and he was like, okay, I got to wait to put out the special now. Was it a school shooting? I think it was a school shooting, actually. Now that I think about it.
It was something like that. It could have been.
Was it Sandy Hook, maybe? And so he was holding it then, didn't release it when it was supposed to release.
I don't remember. But I remember the guy was talking about how he would drive all the way across country to do it himself. And I was like, wow, that's kind of
spot on.
Yeah.
It wasn't Sandy Hook. That was in 2012. He passed in 2008. So
okay.
Maybe the housing crisis. That was the last. That's a huge thing that happened.
No, it was a tragedy that
it was a massive.
It was either something kind of nothing really can
a massive media event
like that. They're all talking about it. He predicted it. In this little rundown. You know how at the end of that bit you just did,
yeah,
he starts gaining gas, and then he's like bam, bam, bam,
one after running out of breath. Yeah,
and he did the same thing in the last one, and they took it out of his HBO special.
Ooh,
right before he passed.
For it and maybe post it later. Let's add this to the stage.
So let's take a look at the media industry to see exactly what he was talking about. Back in 1983, this number, 50, that's how many companies controlled pretty much everything Americans watched, read, or listened to. 50 different companies, all out there competing. But a lot has changed since then. I mean, a lot.
How many do you think it is now?
Isn't it?
It was 50 back then.
I would say like
6 or
12,
8.
6 or 8.
maybe
That number
12.
didn't just go down, it plummeted. We're talking decades of mergers, acquisitions, a total reshaping of the entire industry.
Yeah, just 6.
6.
Oh, I was right there. 6.
6 companies.
That's crazy. 50 to 6.
When-
Where'd the other 40 something got engulfed within the 6?
Yeah.
From 50
Swallowed
companies
up.
all the way down to 6.
6.
6 controlling 90% of all media in the US. And that massive consolidation is what creates this thing people call the illusion of choice.
Okay, so who are these 6 giants? Let's get to know some of these massive parent companies behind hundreds of brands that you probably know and love. These are the ones deciding so much of what we watch and read. And hey, keep this in mind. This isn't just a media thing. You see this same pattern in pretty much every aisle of your grocery store.
Let's start with a big one, the Walt Disney Company.
The Walt Disney Company, in which they've been buying up things left and right. Like they just the whole Hulu and stuff like that. So Hulu's getting absorbed. What do you think, Dave?
Yeah.
Walt Disney.
I mean, they were just in talks right now with YouTube TV.
Oh, were they?
Yeah,
I
there's
know.
I mean, every year there's a licensing agreement that goes on with like TV broadcasting systems, and because of the streaming apps that have coming out, some of these have like separated themselves, for another way to funnel money in their back pockets is by opening up this streaming app. If you can't watch it live, you can get this content if you can subscribe to this. So, I mean, that's everybody has an app now.
Yeah. What's
But
crazy
if you want to
is-
share your media stuff with a select company like this digital surge, like Sling TV, Hulu TV, YouTube TV, some of that content's only going to be viewed on one of those streaming and not all of them.
Yeah, it's like, oh, if you want, well, when we were doing wrestling, we had to get like this didn't have USA and that one did, and when this one had another channel and then the other one didn't, so you have to get all of them. What just popped in my head is, remember Bill Gates got like tagged for like a monopoly in like the early 90s for
Yeah.
Windows, but I think that's why they're technically not a monopoly, because we're not a monopoly. We have the Hulu, we have the Disney, we got the ESPN. We're not one company. Look, there's ABC, ESPN, Marvel, Pixel, but then it all funnels back up to Walt Disney Company.
Well, they're not far off from owning probably HBO, because within my subscription deal, I get HBO Max with the Disney, that whole Disney thing. So there's a deal. There's at least a deal constructed in that.
Yeah.
But then, just moments. Same thing right before Marvel, just right before Disney bought Marvel, they did like a little deal for rights and whatnot. And now, not far after, they bought Marvel.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. Pixar, Star Wars, National Geographic.
You might think Mickey Mouse and theme parks, right? But it's so much more. It's the news you get from ABC. It's all your sports on ESPN. It's the entire Marvel and Star Wars universes. They even own National Geographic. It's huge. And it just keeps going. Take Comcast. Through NBC Universal, they own everything from the NBC Network and Universal Pictures. Yep, that includes DreamWorks Animation, all the way to the Peacock streaming service and news channels like MSNBC. It's just staggering.
Okay, so you might be wondering, does any of this really matter? I mean, does it actually affect our daily lives? Well, a recent study from Stanford University looked at local TV news, and the answer they found is super clear, and honestly, a little surprising.
What the researchers found was that when one of these big conglomerates buys up a local news station, the news itself actually changes. So, for example, when Sinclair Broadcast Group bought stations, coverage of local politics went down by about 10%. But when another company, Nexstar, took over, it actually went up by 10%. But you know what was consistent for both? Yep, more odds.
And this is not some small, isolated trend.
Just look at this map. You can see how these takeovers have literally swept across the country, just totally changing the local media landscape. The study figured out that these giant companies are now in over 80% of US media markets. Just think about that for a second. What happens to local stories when the people who own the station are hundreds or even thousands of miles away? So yeah, what's happened in media is pretty wild. But believe it or not, that's just one piece of a much, much bigger puzzle. We've got to peel back one more layer. Because if these are the
real owners, the owners of the owners, like George Carlin would say, the real owners of the country, or like what I like to call Big Brother from 1984.
Big Brother is watching you.
It's to a whole other question. Who owns Disney and Comcast? I mean, they're public companies, right? Traded on the stock market. So who are their biggest shareholders? The answer is where things get really interesting, and it connects pretty much everything, from the phone in your hand to the soda in your fridge. So the biggest owners aren't what you'd typically picture, like some single billionaire. No, they're what we call institutional
BlackRock, State Street, Vanguard, which I have a document that has those all broken down and how much of the market they actually own or manage.
Shareholders. Basically, these are massive investment firms that manage gigantic pools of money on behalf of millions of people.
And right at the top of that food chain, you'll almost always find three firms. People call them the Big Three: BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street. These guys are consistently the biggest shareholders in pretty much every major company you can name. Apple, Amazon, and yep, you guessed it, Disney and Comcast too. Just to give you an idea of the scale we're talking about, BlackRock, on its own, manages around $13.5 trillion in assets.
That's outrageous. That's crazy.
Wow. Trillion.
Trillion.
Think about that number. Let that sink in for a second.
So I could share this. I'm just going to read it. So the dominant shareholder status, the Big Three, these three, collectively are found to be the largest single shareholder in approximately 88% of the S&P 500 companies.
Mm.
Some analysis suggests that the major shareholders in as many as 95% of the S&P 500 firms. While this is a total ownership stake, while they are the largest shareholder in most companies, their total combined ownership stake is often cited as being around 20 to 2,500 of the total, or 20 to 25% of the total shares in S&P 500, which that's still, they own a quarter of the market.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like that's how that has come to be. You know, I don't even think that should be, but
how is that not illegal?
Yeah, well, I'm sure it probably is, but it's it goes back to what you can prove on paper.
It's almost like one investing company investing into another company, changing their name over and over again so many times over that, like, legally, if you were to actually, like, say one company is the same as the other, even though the money's still the same, like, you can't technically say it. You know what I mean? Because, like, I don't know, like HBO is not this, but they're owned by the same people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got the bread maker and the cookie maker in the same building, but they're owning. They pay rent to the same person, but it's two separate things.
That number is it's mind-boggling. It's more than the entire economy of almost every single country on the planet.
Larger than, I'm sorry, I had a brain fart. Larger than country economies. That's wild.
But here's a really crucial distinction we have to make. These firms don't personally own all those trillions. They manage it for their clients. And who are their clients? Well, it's pension funds, insurance companies, governments, and the retirement accounts of millions of regular investors, maybe even your own 401k.
Okay, so let's bring this all together. What does this whole multi-layered system of ownership and influence actually mean for us? For you and me, the people buying stuff every day. What difference does it make?
So think about it like this. We started with the brands we all know and buy. Then we went up a level to the handful of giant parent companies that own those brands. And then we went up one more level to an even smaller group of asset managers who are the biggest shareholders in those parent companies. It's like a pyramid of influence, getting smaller and smaller at the top.
Or a pyramid scheme, you know?
Yeah.
It's just a pyramid scheme that we all know about.
Always a
And
guy
what
at the
this
top.
creates
Or a
is this
lady.
incredible level of interconnected influence. I mean, just think about it for a second. When the same few firms are the top shareholders in companies that are supposed to be competitors, like say both Coca-Cola and Pepsi, or all the major airlines, what does competition even look like then? Their financial interests aren't just in one company winning, they're spread across the entire market. So all of this leaves us with one last big question to think about. The next time you're at the store picking something off the shelf, or you're flipping through channels trying to decide what to watch, how much real choice do you actually have?
And I present this video and this information not to be like fear mongering, but to be educational, so that we can start making better choices. Shop everybody. It's like a dead horse, but the shop locally, get the local vendors. But we don't just vote in November. We vote every day with what we buy and consume. It shows where we want to go as a society. So we just we have to be cognitive of what we're doing.
Just
be
because,
conscious.
yeah, so
Greg,
true.
you had something you mentioned about Carlin, one of his special
Yeah.
facts or some cool
So
info.
I looked it up. It was an unreleased. I thought it was before he died. It's been a while. It was unreleased. He recorded it right before September 11th happened.
Oh, okay.
So they held it. They did not release it. But oddly enough, it was called. I kind of like it when a lot of people die. That
Yeah,
was
that's what it was.
what he named it.
Yeah.
So then that happened. He was like,
It was supposed to air the week that September 11th happened, like
it was set to
night
go
or
live.
Friday night, and it happened before it was going to air. So they told him they're gonna pull it, and he was trying to figure out like it's a really cool story. I don't know how a lot of people don't know more about that, but the whole lead up to that it's actually really cool.
And the character in which we were talking about, where he builds it up and then he goes like, this guy does all these things.
Yeah.
His name is Uncle Dave.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, DT is Dave Thomas. So that's why I was like, Dave Thomas, you got to hear this thing. And it was like, oh man. And there was two versions. You remember this too? We started with the as he was going out, as comedians do, they run the material for almost a year before they record it. So there was two versions. One where it was kind of infancy stage, but it's Carlin, so everything sounds good because he is a wordsmith. And then the second version is like, whoa, he totally turned a corner with that. And the Uncle Dave stuff, it was good. So if you ever, you can look it up, you can find it somewhere because I found it. It's George Carlin, and I kind of like it when a lot of people die.
Yeah.
And it's if you like that kind of comedy, if you like, kind of seeing behind the veil. I mean, I'm not purporting that I, want a bunch of people to die, so I don't want to mistake what I'm saying here. I'm just saying that if you listen to it, it's very, very entertaining. It's what it's meant to be.
And here's I'm sure a bunch of you've seen this, or you guys for sure. This is the video where it breaks down to.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our
greatest responsibility is to serve
yeah.
Valley communities, the El Paso, Las Cruces communities, Eastern Iowa communities, Mid-Michigan communities. We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces. But we are concerned about double entering irresponsible, one-sided news stories.
Crazy stuff. But
Did you see that the BBC network is being sued
no, I did not see that.
for them splicing Trump's speeches?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yep.
And it's an actual
54 minutes. 53,
Yeah.
54 minutes between what he says within the speech. And it actually, when you listen to, sorry, Dave, you were saying stuff. I actually just am well aware of this. It's nuts. It's really nuts. And actually his speech is in the exact opposite way of what BBC made it look like.
Of
By
course.
cutting, by jumping and putting these words from 54 minutes later to right after what he says.
Of course. So I used Gemini and asked it, could you break down parent companies and their subsidiaries? Say that word,
Subsidiaries.
subsidiaries. There we go. So we got the Walt Disney we went through, Comcast, Peacock. Now all these Universal Pictures, Focus, DreamWorks, Warner Brothers, Max, all this stuff, HBO. This is all Paramount, all there.
Nickelodeon,
Yeah.
MTV, Comedy Central, BET. Yeah, they own.
Amazon.
There you go. Sony's got a pretty good grab.
Yeah. Sony. Oh yeah, Sony, yeah. TriStar. So yeah, I remember watching movies as a kid and you had all these different production, companies that were making movies, and now it's just the only, the six or seven people, a handful.
It doesn't exist anymore. I don't even know if it's on here. Buena Vista.
And what?
It was a Disney company, and it was like basically Disney's adult movies. Like instead of, Lion King and all the cartoons. If Disney wanted to put out something that was like not on brand, it was Buena Vista.
I've heard that
So
before.
it was so far. Think about that. Disney, Buena Vista. You're going a whole different language.
Yeah.
And so people would never know that was a Disney owned thing, but they made millions upon millions over it by doing that. By just, let's call it this. Now, why? Did they buy it? I don't think so. I think they created it and was like, we need to market and make money, but let's go far away from our brand so that people don't know what's up. And that's that illusion of choice.
Yeah. Then that was like just the media ones. I got, I asked for a grocery. Get the groceries that so you got
box stores.
Yeah, box store, Nestle, all the brands. Nescafe, Nespresso, Starbucks at home, water. Which of these? This is what you say. Corner. You were talking before. Corner the market.
Cornering the market.
Pierre and S. Pellegrino. They are competitors, but they're owned by the same person. Procter and Gamble's a huge one.
Oh, what I was talking about with that cornering the market and then people not realizing, like you just said, you want, I want a sparkling water. But those Pellegrino people, I got to go with Perrier, right? But the money goes back to the same big guy up top. There's one person. There's always a Jeff Bezos or a Elon, those kind of people up there making all the money. And so the funny one was during the Bud Light thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I will never drink that again. I'm switching to Michelob. Same company.
Yep.
And I would just
Anheuser-Busch.
laugh. Yeah.
Core brands. Budweiser, Bud Light, Michelob, Busch, Natty. Natural Light, I'm
Stella.
sorry, Natty is slang.
But
Stella Artois.
there it is, Natty Daddy. So you could say it. That's an
Yeah, there it is.
actual label on there.
So
They
these
went
are all
with
under
it.
these.
Shock Top, Land Shark. Yep.
Golden Road.
Oh, go back up real quick. Goose Island, I think I just saw. Go.
Island. You think you're, oh, look.
Yeah, so I'm
brew-
going to go.
You're
Mhm.
not.
I'm going to go, yeah, a little sophisticated with the
I'm
Goose
supporting
Island.
a microbrew or whatever. I've never heard of Devil's Backbone Brewery Company. I'm supporting a microbrew. No, you're not.
Seems like you are, but
It seems like you are. The bummer. It's a bummer.
Golden Road.
Neutral. Mike's Hard Lemonade. Those give me heartburn.
What was the one that the lime one? They discontinued. Steph would drink those. My wife.
The Bud Light Lime.
No, the what you just said.
Limeritas. I don't know. I'm just spitballing. Yeah, Procter back to groceries. So now we're still in the grocery store. We just went, to the beer aisle, which is owned by almost the one person. Now we're back in paper goods.
Anheuser-Busch and InBev is the trading company, I think.
Now we're in the paper products. We were Procter Gamble. What is that?
Unilever.
I can't say that word.
Probably lever. Unilever.
Unilever.
Or Unilever. Either
Dove.
way.
All that stuff. Vaseline. Coca-Cola Company.
Oh, here we go. My favorite.
Coke.
Let's see. Yeah. Over Pepsi? Hell yeah. What about you guys?
Coke, Diet Coke.
You gotta pick one or the other. What are you going with?
I'm a Pepsi guy.
Yeah?
Pepsi guy. No Coke, Pepsi. I'm a Pepsi guy. Dave, what are you? Dave? Coke, Pepsi?
Oh, I guess I was muted. Coke.
Coca-Cola.
Okay, all right. I'm the odd guy out with the Pepsi, which I have to figure out.
Vanilla Coke, if it's something I'm going to grab and I see it and it's there, it's definitely a vanilla Coke.
That's a good drink. My son Keanu and I were just talking on our ride home about how the Beatles brought Coca-Cola to the conversation. Pepsi was making deals left and right and starting to push them out. And then they did come together with "He shoots Coca-Cola" in the words.
Oh.
And because people love the Beatles so much, they're like, well, if the Beatles like it,
then we like it.
Then I like it.
And here is a visual aid for all that little web.
Yeah, look at that. Shh. And you count them out just in the center there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So your grocery store, all of it is owned by about 10 people.
10 conglomerates.
Yep. It's important to shop locally, find your local farm, get all that stuff. But yeah, I mean that's just the breakdown. That's
and if you like something, you like something.
Yeah.
I'm not going to stop drinking Coca-Cola. But if I found a local person that copied it well enough, maybe I would drink them less.
Yeah.
But some of the things, we understand. Like you can't not, Crest toothpaste.
Yeah.
I don't know local people that are selling toothpaste, so I'm kind of stuck with going with a conglomerate.
Well, there's a small small businesses that are in stores now. Like Laura works with has worked with smaller companies like that get their emerging brands that get their products on at like Kroger or Publix and stuff like that. So there's like smaller local, you know, sometimes local, but sometimes that smaller brands that want to get to stores and they're there. Like like I can't remember what it's called. The toothpaste we get is like fluoride free. Uh, it's like Hello Fresh. It's not Hello Fresh. It's
Oh,
like, but it's like Hello
something like
something.
that.
Hello Smile or no, it's not Hello Fresh. Uh,
Oh, wait, what?
but yeah, it's just, and I thought of something it's like a real simple one is like if you really want to see the illusion of choice firsthand, just look at General Motors.
Mm.
You have the Chevy and GMC. Oh, I like GMC better. I like Chevy better. They're exactly the same truck.
Yeah, what they
You
do
know?
is change out some body features, some body lines, the grill, of course, the bow tie or the G and the M and the C. And also what they'll do is the interior. So
Yeah,
like
they make it a little fancier for one or the
it,
other.
yep, they gussy it up for the GMC. And what's funny is it's exactly flipped from when I was younger. So when I started driving, it was 1994. And so the Chevy was like the everyday, or yeah, the Chevy was like you can get a nice model Chevy. You could get a good Chevy. But the GMC was like the cheap one. Like, and now it's exactly opposite. GMC has the Denali version. GMC has the upgraded, it costs you more. And that's just a business somewhere, some exec, some CEO was like, we can sell,
Yeah.
we can,
What if
sell.
we put it on this interior and then sold it as something different?
Let's call this thing something Denali. That sounds
Yeah.
rich
Ooh.
and expensive. And then, oh, I think I told you this on the phone the other day. A Suzu.
Oh yeah.
What does that
Yeah.
sound like, Dave? A Suzu. Where do you think that's from? If you had to guess, what country is that by the name? A Suzu.
Dave, you there?
France.
France. Good guess. It's a GM.
Yeah.
It's
General
it's
Motors.
it's an S10 pickup,
That was close.
and a Suzu pickup truck is the exact same thing as that. And when I was searching for my first, like, I'm gonna buy a car, I have a job, I wanna, I'll have a payment and everything,
Yeah.
like a young
Well,
18-year-old kid.
Ford
And
does the same thing. You got the Ford and then the Mercury, and they're exactly the same
they're the
with
same,
other.
made by the same company.
Yeah.
The Ford LTD and the Mercury. What'd you have, Dave?
uh,
Grand
Grand
Marquis,
Marquis.
right?
The Crown Vic and the Grand Marquis were the same car, just
The
different
Ford.
emblems.
Yeah. And so, what the guy, I was at the dealership, and I'm like, no, I want a Chevy. Like, my dad, my family, my grandpa on the Hendershot side, on my side, is all Chevy, 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 Chevy. So I was following that path, and I was like, he's like, well, we do have a couple of used trucks. I wanted a pickup truck. We do have a couple of used trucks, so on and so forth. And he's like, here, check out this, and a Suzu. And I don't remember what the model was called, but I was like, no, I don't want no foreign crap,
That's
like
great value.
thinking about that. And he goes, no, come here, check this out. Opens the door, and the little tag that tells you everything about your car, like the year, what's the tire size, everything you need to know. Down at the bottom of that, GM. He's like, it's a General Motors. What do you think Chevy is? General Motors. Ah. And I was like, yeah, but it says Isuzu. I still don't. I did not. But
yeah, I mean, I mean,
crazy.
and people look at you crazy when you're like, it's all the same thing. You know,
Nowadays, if I had a sweet Isuzu and it was all decked out, yeah, I'd drive it.
Isn't that the truck? Isn't that the truck that's in Back to the Future? Isn't that what he has?
No, Toyota.
Oh, Toyota.
Yeah.
That may be the only one that's its own. It's Toyota, and that's it. But
They
they
don't.
own.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good idea. Look it up. No, they own something. They own some other ones that are. I guarantee you. I'll look it up.
Yeah, but I mean, it's wild. It's just, and then I couldn't find the picture because I saw it before on the channels, and I shouldn't. I saw it as like you have people from, like, let's just go. We were just talking about automotive. You have people on the C-suite of automotive companies that leave the automotive companies and then go on like Department of Transportation in the United States government. And, you know, like there's people that are like C-suite of Tyson Foods that then go work with the FDA, like, or vice versa. People that were at the FDA then become C-suite of Tyson. Like it's like the Fox Garden, the hen house. And, you know, all the time. Yeah. All the time they're, you know, lobbying, which that's, I think Teddy Roosevelt said that lobbying should be illegal then, and it's never been illegal. I know people clamor
30s?
for, yeah, everybody clamors for term limits. I say just make corporate lobbying illegal, and then those people wouldn't stay in office that long because they're not getting any extra money.
Yeah, nobody's. Yeah. So Toyota, Lexus, Daihatsu, Hino, don't know those. Rands, don't know that. Subaru, Mazda, and Suzuki.
There you go.
Not a Suzuki. Yeah, so they have a pretty good. What's that?
Suzuki, which is manufactured in what country?
France.
France.
They
come from France.
I thought you said Suzuki.
We come from
no,
France.
So that's what's funny too about Subaru is a Japanese company off of Toyota. And when you tell somebody we have a Subaru, they're like, I thought it was Australian because of the Outback. Yeah. Like, no, it's Japanese.
Yeah, I thought, Subaru was Australian.
Yeah, it makes sense because of their brand.
But I guess they branded it. Close, you know, but Japanese, Australia. It's
not far.
Yeah,
but it is exactly that illusion of choice. Back full circle. Here's your choice. You get this car. It's like you can go, you know, driving by the kangaroos and the wallabies. You're out there, but it's made in Japan.
Well, we got to sell the American dream somehow so someone buys something. We're going to grab and get you at something. There's something that you like so much that the other consumer or average consumer likes just the same. You just mentioned Pepsi or Coke. Those are the two most popular ones that everyone knows. And both of you right there were like, one's Coke, one's Pepsi, you know. And so it's like they try to get you any way they can. This has started way before. And this propaganda thing, it started with wars and infiltrated into our society, the consumerism of it. This is our economy. Buy American, buy American.
Made in Taiwan.
They made in Taiwan, manufactured in China, all that stuff. Early 90s, early 2000s, they were pushing all of that. I remember all that propaganda. Older people
Armageddon.
Buying cars and be like, "Oh, well, you're not driving an American vehicle. What's wrong with you? Like,
How
you're
dare
being
you?
called out.
Are
Like,
you
you're just shopping."
unpatriotic? You call yourself a patriot and you're driving a Toyota? How dare you?
Exactly.
Listen,
Oh, you're
guy.
buying Kraft cheese? How dare you?
Listen, guy. It was built in Michigan. Shut up.
Yeah. Yeah, idiot.
Americans put it together. You understand?
My
But
fellow,
actually, at this point, it's not Americans. Remember, there's that whole thing in the Hyundai factory had the ICE rated and 100, a couple hundred, 800, I thought, got scooped up
Yeah.
in a Hyundai factory. So it's Hyundai, made in
Hyundai.
America by Mexicans. Talk about diversity.
A South Korean company.
A South Korean company.
Hyundai is South Korean. Hyundai, Samsung. Those are South Korean.
Mitsubishi.
And then you see that local
Maybe.
like,
No,
electronics.
didn't I say that?
Some of those TVs that don't sell, Hisense.
Hisense? Oh, yeah.
That's a brand that's made in that store so they can sell that TV.
Oh, Insignia.
Yeah, you know that too. I know you know that.
Insignia. Yep. Here's the story
Insignia.
on that one. It's only can only get an Insignia at Best Buy. That is a Best Buy brand. You know what they do? They take late model LGs and reframe them.
Gel 'em. Yeah.
Everything, all the panels, everything is LG. And that is why my freaking LG is also South Korean. That is why I have an LG. I mean, LG. Yeah, I have an LG with an Insignia cover on the top that I bought in 2008, the first year I was in this home, and it still works. I could turn it on right now. It'll work.
I have an LG in our bedroom is an LG TV from when I lived
LCD.
with when I lived at home with the parents. I
What
bought it
year?
then. What year? Jesus.
That's not a
What
year.
is it now?
That's a person.
5. So 7, 8. When did I move out? Well, 2013. Well, no, 2013. I moved in with Dan. So 2011. I moved out because I lived with our sister for a while.
Oh, and yeah, well, you took that with
That was
you?
the first out. Then it was to our brothers. Then me and Dan got a place in 2013.
So, and that same
I know that because we
TV
did
all the
Tough
way.
Mudder. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
in 2013. So that's how I know that date.
So 2011, you think?
Yeah.
And it still works?
It still works. We use it almost daily.
Yeah, it's not 2008, so shut up.
I just wanted to
No, they are good,
I
strong.
teed
They
that up
do.
for you.
They make them to
It's a
last.
long-winded story.
Yep.
That
Bro moment.
Yeah.
So yeah, they make good stuff, and they make good stuff to last. And so you can also do that thing where like American. Well, I cannot afford to buy a TV every 5 years. I can buy a TV and it'll last.
Now they're kind of cheap.
I said Samsung too is
North Korea,
and
South Korea.
I don't know where Vizio is from, but I have that now and it's great.
Vizio's from North Korea.
North Korea, they're great. Well, Kami now. Thanks. Thanks for that, Q.
You should have bought American. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, don't do that. But honestly, your choices are, obviously by our podcast today, limited, very limited. You have these companies, and that's it.
Hey, now, what would you say to like? And I'm sure it happened in, communist countries. What would you say to the idea of only having, say, 4 choices when you go to the store?
Vizio, by the way, is in California.
Oh, you looked it up. I was doing
Hi,
it.
Californians.
Nice. So I have American made something. You.
Parts are made in Taiwan. But that's what reminds me of
shipmate Q. You don't get the captain now.
That's reminds me of the Armageddon. Russian components, American components, all made in Taiwan.
Yeah. I don't want to be on this ship anymore. Please move or I have to move you, he says.
Yeah.
Then he pushes on the
Oh man.
banging on the thing.
Well, anybody tuning in, we have 2 watchers. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It helps us grow. If you'd like to contribute to the show, there's a link in the show description to leave a tip. You can leave a tip and comment, and I can read it live on air, and it helps the show grow both financially and in conversation. So comments are encouraged, and thank you guys for joining and watching us chew the fat.
And chewing the fat.
Chewing the fat.
And as the scroller says down below, we are just opinion-based talkers that, throw it out there. We try to be as factual as possible, but most of it, a lot of it is, just opinion and satire.
Yeah.
We have fun and we chew the fat. Yep, sarcasm, a lot of that. We do what we do. If you enjoy it, like you said, follow. You can, all the platforms, we're there.
Yeah, we're pretty much anywhere a podcast is.
Pretty soon we'll be live on Facebook.
Yeah, we had a
Check us
technical
there.
issue. Some kind of technical
Ridiculous.
issue. It's all Dave's fault, really. It's Dave's fault.
That's true.
His computer was running slow today, so we couldn't get on Facebook.
Oh,
But no, it's
send all your angry emails that way, Dave
Yeah.
Thomas.
Yeah. But they
I'll read them all.
DT.
yeah, we broke 100 followers on Facebook. I was like, yeah, all right, we can go.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
it's like, not 60 days. And I was like, what is 60 days from our page creation date was the September 14th. 60 days. I Googled what's 60 days from September 14th. It was 2 days ago. So I was like, what is going on? So maybe,
They're behind.
they're behind. Yeah. It's very
Budget
busy.
cuts.
Yeah.
Budget cuts, government
Trump
shutdowns,
tariffs.
and the damn
like to say-
tariffs. It's always the tariffs. I love
Yeah,
that.
I like
one.
to say tariffs when it has nothing to do with tariffs. You're like, oh man.
Yep.
I can't get on. My computer's running slow. Tariffs.
My internet is buffering. Oh, damn tariffs.
Yeah, tariffs. Where did we saw the BBC? Trump's suing BBC for editing. We could say maliciously editing.
Oh, intentional. So
Yeah.
intentional. There's no
Intentional and malicious.
53 minutes, 53 and some change minutes between
off.
the two cuts.
Wow.
Between this
I didn't know
part and
that.
that part. Yes, 53 minutes.
I did also
Maybe
see
54.
that TDS, Trump derangement syndrome, is actually psychologists and psychiatrists are actually it's a legit.
They've
mental
made it an
disorder.
official
It's
part in
so-
the medical books.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yep. That it's a real mental disorder, according to psychologists and the
I
psychology.
can't find
world.
anything else to point it at. So you got to kind of wonder which way those the people, the gatekeepers of medical, bookkeeping, which way they lean. If they're going to actually say that's a thing. Now I can understand where it comes from.
We got Mia on the show.
But there's got to be an underlying thing below the Trump thing that causes somebody to go, this person is the cause of my despair.
Well, I guess
Really?
you go to psychology. It's deflection. They don't want to look at inward, so what can I blame it outward?
Yep.
And that's the change. Oh, see, I wouldn't be like this if he wasn't elected.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. And almost everything, it starts with trauma, young trauma.
Excuse me one moment.
But Tata Mia, she's on the show. We got Mia on the show.
Get her on that mic.
get her on that. But she was just smelling it. She didn't want any of it. She's got nothing to say really on the topic. She knows what's going on in the world, and she prefers to go outside and play with her ball and not worry about it. What happens, and that's what we have to do, is just try to buy locally, try to support local businesses, start communities like, hey, I'm growing tomatoes. You want some tomatoes? I got what's too many. Boom. And then, oh, hey, I'm growing cucumbers. Let's swap. I know here in Florida, there's farmer markets every Saturday.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, well, you guys are winter up there, but during the summer months, the summer and fall, there's farmers markets where you can get local produce, because
West Side Market is a big one that we.
I have to find it maybe. There's an image of peaches grown in Georgia, fly over to Europe, get packaged, and to get flied back over here to sell. And they say that you should try to get your food closest to where you live so it doesn't have to travel so far. And all that stuff. But you want down?
I do. I want down.
There she is. There she is, right there. The beautiful Mia. She's a good girl. You want to go with mommy? Oh. No. You want back up here? Of course you do. But go see what mommy's doing. But they, that's what we got to do. I couldn't find, what's funny? I was looking for, maybe you saw it, is Woody Harrelson talking about shrinkflation and all the stuff like that. I couldn't find it. I typed in Woody Harrelson, consumer, and because he said it, he's like, you don't vote only in November, you vote by your buying habits and what you do.
Right.
And I couldn't find it. And I saw an episode, I didn't watch it, but I saw the thumbnail of him on the Hot Ones, that show?
Yeah, of course.
And I didn't know he was a vegetarian. He's eating broccoli, or not broccoli, cauliflower, breaded cauliflower instead of wings. But yeah, he had a video that the shrinkflation's real, certain containers like peanut butter used to be flat on the bottom and now it's got a curve, so that there's less peanut butter in there, but then you're paying the same price now you're paying more for less amount, while these corporations are making 300% profit. And the only way you do that is overcharge your consumer base and underpay your employees. And you've seen, you have to be living under a rock to notice that companies are cutting. Oh, this company cut the pension for their employees. This company makes you pay for your own health care now. This company, and that's how they're making 300% profit. What happened to 100% profit, or even 50% profit? I'm making 50% of my money back. You have multi, billion-dollar companies, which that's another thing about the illusion of choice, or the grand illusion we're living in. Is I saw, what is it, Nvidia, that company, and Hyundai signed a $38 billion deal. It's imaginary,
right?
For 99% of us, that's an imaginary number. We can't even think about it.
Yeah, that's
it's incomprehensible.
Yeah, you can't even fathom that amount.
My really fun one is, I saw on Instagram, I was scrolling, and I saw
figured that would work. Go on.
Yeah.
Instagram.
I was on Instagram, and I follow the Mindset of the Rich is a channel, mindset of all this stuff, and it shows North Korea has hacked something like $100 million in crypto. And I just thought that was hilarious, because crypto is completely imaginary money. So somebody went in and stole somebody else's imaginary money. Like, I can't go, here's my crypto coins. I'm going to go pay at Publix with my crypto. Maybe they're getting to that point probably with more of digital ID and stuff like that. Especially they're going to get to more of a digital currency, I would imagine.
Is that the equivalent to kids, I got your nose?
Yeah, right?
Oh,
He
yeah?
went in and stole your
Well,
imaginary money.
Well, I got
Now
your
I don't have
finger.
any more imaginary money.
Oh, yeah, I got your thumb.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
It's your thumb. I got your thumb. It doesn't work the other way, though.
Did you guys see Billie Eilish, however you say her last name?
Eilish.
Yeah, Eilish. She's like going after Elon because he's gonna be like the first trillionaire.
What?
Yeah,
No, I don't know. While you're bringing that up, as you had me unpause and didn't want me back, I guess, or whatever happened. You were talking about the grocery stores, and my first real job was Publix. So right there by you down in Florida, I worked at Publix, and the thing that I noticed back then, so I guess that was all like 1994. Yeah, so I was like 16, and prices would go up all of a sudden because I would hear people talking. A very observant teenager kid, and so people would talk. Oh my gosh, I can't believe, like you said, peanut butter. I can't believe the peanut butter is now it's over over $2 or whatever it was, right? So then, shortly after that, there would be a coupon, 30 cents off. So in actuality, it would go up by 35 or 40 cents. And then the coupon would be 30 cents. So you're still paying 5 cents more than you were just a month ago. This is a common thing that goes on forever and ever. And if you watch the math and pay attention, when something goes up, it's about to have a coupon. This is like grocery stores, like, Publix, here where we are, Giant Eagle, the Food Lions, the Tops supermarkets, all that, wherever you are, prices go up, and then all of a sudden there's a discount. And then when the discount drops off, you end up paying that way higher amount, but you got used to it because it rang up, but then it went down. And the discount is at the end of the receipt, not what you paid. So it seems like I paid $3. I got, 50 cents off. So I paid $2.50, whatever.
Speaking of the grocery store and coupons, Dave brought it up earlier. When you were a kid, did you run through the grocery store? Anybody watching, put it in the comments. When you were a kid in the grocery store, did you run through the aisles and collect all the coupons? Because I know DT did. I certainly did. It was like I told earlier, like it was like the original Pokemon cards before Pokemon was. Look at all this coupons I got. And then your mom would yell at you, why'd you grab all those?
They were like little dispensers.
Yep. You take like 3, run away. You get caught.
It was cool because of the future. You could wave your hand.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that's this Billie Eilish thing here. She is on like Twitter or on her Instagram story. Eilish called Musk a effing pathetic, let's just say a fucking pathetic pussy bitch coward on Instagram after sharing multiple posts from the European feminist organization My Voice, which I brought this up because it's kind of foolish. Not that, I mean, I believe Elon should help out more than he is, but that's not for me to say. But I think they think that this is like he's a trillionaire, and it's like Scrooge McDuck with a big safe that he just swims through. Like it's liquid. It's not. It's out and it's like
Oh yeah,
it's imaginary. It's imaginary. You know.
it's
Like
on a
Matthew
paper.
McConaughey. Well, it's gone. It's Fugazi. You know, it's not like he's got it sitting in a vault and he's you know swimming around in the greenbacks.
Right.
Yeah, it's in an account on a an account number, several banks, and
it's there. It's just I think it's in the ether. Like you know, it's just floating around. Like
right, but
it's
it
always
just moves.
moving. It's always fluid.
Yeah,
I'm investing over here. I'm investing over there.
On a computer screen somewhere.
Yeah,
it's not.
Nothing's,
it's not physical. It's not tangible.
Yeah, but you know, they think that they have it right. You know, right at the. They're like, oh yeah, I'll just pull it out of my bank. Here you go, 400. Like, I think the one time Super Bowl last year, Laura and I were talking because Elon was spending $40 million for ads in the Super Bowl. We're like, that to us is like a inconceivable number. I was telling Dave about a $38 billion deal. There's just, we can't comprehend that kind of money. And we can't comprehend $40 million. Laura and I did we just did a goof off. Like, all right, we got $40 million. What are we going to do? All right, we're going to buy a house over here, a house over here. I want this car. I want that car. What else we do? Oh, let's do a vacation. I think we estimated the house at 500,000, and we had three or four houses, and we only cracked $1.7 million. Like,
yeah, I was gonna say you would die. Sorry, go ahead, Dave.
To put the amount of money that you can't even fathom into a better perspective is on a graph, like on one of those notebook things that you just created. Create one that says, show me the difference between 1 million and 1 trillion. And just at that right there, comparison side by side, you can't even fathom we can't even fathom 1 trillion.
$1 million stacked up and $1 trillion stacked up next to a person.
I think it was a million or a billion. It's one of the
a billion. 1 million to 1 billion
is crazy.
Yeah, I think I showed this to you, Dave. I was like, look at this. This is ridiculous. Because people don't really realize what 1 million to 1 billion, the difference between those two. You know, like the idea of it. It's in the increments of tens. But to look at a stack, so you got to say a pallet or a stack of $1 million next to a human and $1 billion next to a human. Forget trillions. That's like,
we can't.
It's a million to a billion.
Yeah. Did you find it?
I'm looking. I'm trying. I was trying Gemini, but it just gave me a math equation. And I said, in a bar graph, show me a difference.
At another time, we're live.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, do your college shit later. The hell? This guy.
But yeah, it's crazy. It's just wild to me. Well, what am I doing? I don't want to do that. But yeah, and all these that's like it's just silly the amount of money that is just that I've seen like TikTok influencers or something like that saying, oh, I made $84 million. Like it's imaginary. Like it's crazy. But I mean, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Greg, what do you got going on? What are you doing over there?
Looking at these images. Hold on, I'll send one. I wanted to find a good one. The billion versus.
But anybody? Oh, there we go. I don't see any messages. Nope, no messages. But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? They I haven't. What else did I see in the news recently that was in this vein, this subject? I mean, it's just you see it everywhere. I mean, it's hard, when you go to the grocery store, go to the Walmart, and it's already Christmas, and they're all selling all the crap. I'm a December 1st guy. I don't start decorating Christmas until December 1st. There
Well,
is a holiday in
you might if you made things like this.
maybe.
I
Very
made
nice.
this,
Very nice. They
and then you want to display your works.
there you go.
All right, I'm gonna. You want me to email this to you?
Yeah, email it to me, and I can look it up. We can look at what would you do with $40 million, David?
I don't know. That's a lot of money.
Well, let's just say
Top of my head,
I'm gonna reply.
what was the last lotto? I think $980 million was the Mega Millions, which cut that in half because Uncle Sam always gets his. Speaking of Uncle Sam, do you remember the videos of people younger, like people in their 20s, mid 20s, making TikTok and Instagram videos of them crying about taxes? Like, I worked all this money, and then look, I got this out and this out, and now I have no money.
Yeah.
You remember those videos? Yeah. Like, this is bullshit. The little kid meme, this is bullshit. Like, I worked,
Oh, bullshit. Bullshit.
Yeah. Well, that one.
That kid.
And then there's the other one. This is bullshit. He buys, I guess, I watched the original video of that meme that he bought some stuff off of Amazon and didn't know what it was. And it was like a electric, you hold the handles and it shocks you kind of thing game.
Yeah.
And they made him play it and it zapped him. But yeah, Uncle Sam always gets hit. So 980 million, I think it won for. So you're getting that cut in half. I would take the lump sum myself because tomorrow's not promised. But yeah, you buy, like I said, we bought houses and cars and vacations, and it was like $2 million. Like, what am I gonna do with the rest of it?
Right.
That and what's his name? I believe it's a quote by Carnegie. That said, if you die with money, like a bunch of money, you didn't live right. Meaning, you should do humanitarian things. Let's see. I'm looking it up right now. Boom. Yeah. The man who dies, thus rich, dies disgraced. And I believe, Carney believed that the wealthy have a moral obligation to use their fortunes for the public good during their lifetime, acting as trustees for society rather than leaving it to their heirs. He set this example himself by giving away 95% of his fortune before his death.
All right.
Do you send it to me?
I tried to. Yeah, should be in your email.
My personal?
Yeah.
It's refreshing.
I like Pops has a shirt that I remember reading as like a little kid, like long enough that I was reading, learning to read
Yeah.
and not understanding. And it was, he who dies with the most toys wins.
Yeah. I remember that one. Do.
And that might be, are you sure it's a t-shirt? It might be a poster. One of those. But yeah, 1 million, 1 trillion, 1 billion, just like if you had it in front of you in cash to scale, Dave Thomas is right. DT is right. It would look at this.
$10,000.
Look at 1 million over there.
Oh, man.
I can scoop that up.
Pitiful.
Take it with me.
Pitiful million.
Put it in the back top. And you and
Don't
at
give
least
me $1 million. What do you think? I am some kind of peasant?
I have a double bag. So yeah, the movies, like they throw a duffel bag and then they're splitting it up and they're like, we got $1.7 million. And then it's like 2 duffel bags. Like you're like, what? Really? Yeah, actually, yes. Yes, really. A military size duffel bag, you could probably get $1 million in there.
Wow. Yeah, it's.
And then you look at $1 billion.
Pallets of it.
Pallets and pounds and pounds and pounds.
Heisenberg had $1 billion, maybe.
From Breaking Bad?
Yeah, well, no, he didn't have $1 billion, but he had hundreds of million because he had at least one pallet.
That was he had probably like maybe half a bill.
Yeah.
Half a bill.
500 million.
I like that scene. That scene's great because Bill Burr, he's like, I got to do it. And he just falls back on.
That is.
I think I do it. I do it. I do that.
What, you win the lottery. The last one was, I think, 980 million, Mega Millions. What are you doing, Greg?
Oh my gosh. Steph and I went through this and I'm not trying to virtue signal or whatever. I'm telling, like, honest to goodness, we're driving in the car and it was probably more than 4 years ago, 5 years ago when the Mega Millions was over $1 billion. It was way up there.
I think it was earlier this year too.
It happens a lot, or it happens enough. But this time was like it hadn't happened in a while, and then it boom, a lot of money, and we're going like, so all of our parents are alive, like paying off whatever they got. Then each family member, each kid, like $1 million, or, if it's that much, like 5 million, something where they're set.
Yeah.
So Hugh, Dave Thomas, the 3 girls, our son, we put that, the ones that are under 18, it goes in a trust fund. And then when they turn 18, they got $5 billion or $5 million. And then, and then I was like, well, what about like aunts and uncles? Where's the line?
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay. So, okay. After that, like, look at our math. If we do the lump sum, you get, 500 million. You still got a lot to go. And so, yeah, doing the math of like, oh, we're still clearing like 300 million to us.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
and we went on and on.
Something like, yeah.
And we were like a half-hour drive talking about this. Okay, so my, like the other brother, like, let's go down to the lot buy you a brand new car. That's that's what you get. Or go, whatever, like whatever they needed, like things they need. We started talking about that. Like, what do people need? Like we don't want to. That's not right. Like the parents, they're done. Your house is bought. Your food is bought. Everything you need. You don't need anything. The siblings, the people, like we don't want to like set them up for failure. And a half an hour went by. And this is what I mean by, I swear to you, we weren't trying. We weren't like trying to be like the people, that we were. Yeah. And it dawned on us. We hadn't spent any money on ourselves yet. Yeah. Like, wait a second. It's our money. What are we doing?
JG,
I want that
money. Use it when you need it.
I want that truck.
That Toyota.
What does she want?
Back to the Future.
Yeah. My buddy Gary had the same year, same model. An nice. 85 Toyota, whatever. And
Tacoma,
I actually
at that point.
No.
Or Tundra. I don't know if the Tundra was around.
Nope, neither of those. Tacoma, no. You have to look it up. But you could look inside and actually what's that?
Google Lens it.
Google Lens
it.
Got it.
The fabric on the seats were the same inside the truck that he had. And he got it. He didn't even know that's what it was. I started looking it up. I'm like, this is the truck. This is Marty McFly's truck. He's like, what do you mean?
That's awesome.
And I showed him an image. And the even the interior was the same thing. There was like one little difference. Like, I think, like, how they have like the XL, the EXL or whatever, like those little things. That was the only thing that was different. Yeah. It was the, like, the, actually his was the next model up, XLT, and like Marty had the LT or something like that.
Nice.
That was cool.
But yeah, that's
notes.
Well, did you see it that like Christian Bale made like a city under the radar, like housing for like kids that
really?
age out of like foster care and stuff like that.
I did see that.
So there is good people out there spending their money for good, not just hoarding it.
Check out Gary Sinise's foundation. That guy's awesome. Lieutenant Dan.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta get this dog. Hold on a sec.
From what I understand, he doesn't.
Don't take me off. I'll be right back.
Okay. He doesn't get a lot of recognition for all of his charitable donations to veterans and the, what is it, the USO. Yeah, he donates all kinds of stuff and doesn't get like, and I don't think maybe he doesn't want it either. The focus should be to them,
right,
and not him. What do you think, Dave?
About Gary Sinise.
What do you think, Dave? Oh man, what's new? What else is new? What do you got? Oh, you've sent me a bunch of stuff about all kinds of a myriad of.
Well, I'm not trying to go deep in those wormholes, but things are coming up that more people are now talking about.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, that's that we're
those are different.
That's different topic, different day.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that for next week.
There's a lot of things coming to light, and the nice thing is like the conversations are happening to find information that are factual And so now you can actually believe it.
I have to. Sean Ryan had the head of Charlie Kirk Security on his show, so or it's coming up. Maybe I watched the preview, so I'm gonna have to watch that and see what he's got to say about what went down and how he uh how he handled it. And Sean Ryan, he's like, yeah, I don't try to be like a combative host, but he's gonna ask tough questions. So we'll see what we'll have to watch that. Keep an eye out for Sean Ryan with the head of Charlie Kirk's security on there, and we could talk about that later. But yeah, you've been sending me a bunch of stuff, and I've been saving it and watching it, and it is very interesting stuff.
I mean, it's just some of the stuff that they like the science community like have dubbed as like theories, like can't be proven, but here's our theory.
Yeah,
have now come into the community as well. This is actually
it could be
kind
real.
of proven, and here's some instances that we have documented proof of the same thing that we theorized. So what is it now? And so people are like asking more questions, doing some deeper dives on some of that stuff. That last one that I think I shared with you had to do with the moon.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
the hollow moon,
kind of ridiculous.
Well, that's
ridiculous.
Yeah,
I only just caught this
theory.
I only caught the last bit of this, but conspiracy theories are only that in the beginning in a lot of cases. So we can start off with conspiracy theories that started off conspiracy, like that's crazy, that turned out to be true. Come up with a bunch, share them, and then we'll end on the Charlie Kirk stuff.
Yeah, that's a good.
Like what's going on?
That's a good one. Like
because you can go back in history,
facts,
like
the proven. And I think what is it? Graham Hancock who did it's just there's like established science, established archaeology. The establishment in general makes these claims. This is what this is. We're the establishment. Don't question it. And then like Graham Hancock is like, well, what's
the gatekeepers?
Yeah, gatekeepers. Yeah, and then people like Graham Hancock are like, okay, you say that the oldest thing is 12,000 years old. What's this thing over here? 17,000 years old. They're like, no, that's not no. And they're like,
can't do it.
Like,
don't understand.
Nope. But thank you for everybody that's watched on. We have one viewer right now, but thank you for hanging in there with us.
Hanging in there. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for hanging out with us. But it is close to my bedtime, so I think we'll call it a wrap. Greg, do you have any closing remarks?
No, that's it. Thanks for hanging in. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for any one of you watching this later, maybe on Facebook, that got us over that 100 follower mark.
Yeah, thank you.
Once they'll let us, we'll be over there live. Those watching on Rumble, X, or Instagram, YouTube, all of those places.
You need 1,000 followers on Instagram to go live.
Jeez,
that's another thing. Like we're talking about numbers. Like 1,000 people is a lot of people. Like
yeah,
you have 1,000 people standing around. You're like, wow, that's a lot of people. But no, we need 1,000 people, 10,000 people. Like these people have 1 million subscribers. That's a lot of people.
Yeah, like, look at the cash.
I'm happy to have my 35. Look
at the cash stacks. That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of bread. But
yeah, and brains.
But people. Thank you for sticking with us, and thank you for getting us over the 100 followers mark. So hopefully, after a refresh or something like that, we'll be able to go live on Facebook and we'll get some more people there, and we can get comments on that and connect with the audience. Dave, do you have any closing remarks?
Well, you can't change what's already happened, but we could definitely change the ending. We could start now. And so it starts now. These conversations are important, and they might be opinion based and they might be satirical, but these kind of conversations between buddies and brothers need to continue happening. So for you being there and viewing us from any platform, and being along for this ride from the beginning or to where we're going to go, appreciate every single one of you being there. And, your voices are heard. Like Quentin said, you donate something and you comment, we're going to read them out loud. We want you to chat with us. We want you to chew the fat with us, because that's exactly what we're about. So again, thank you for being here week after week. If you've been following week after week, awesome. If this is your first, live pod with us, thank you for being here, and we look forward to more.
Yeah. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for the followers on Facebook, and just thank you. We enjoy it, so we're hoping to enjoy it with you too. More of you, and the tip is in the link of the show or in the description of the show. And like Dave said, if you send me it's like a super chat before YouTube can send me a super chat, I can pop it on screen and I can read it out loud, and we can it can spin the whole conversation a whole different way. And we're trying to get, have like one piece of subject matter and then like kind of a loose forum where we can talk and carry on, chew the fat, like the title. But everybody have a nice
help
evening.
the little podcast that could.
Yeah, I like that.
The
That was
little engine.
the little podcast that could.
Yeah, help us.
But all you guys have
along.
Everybody have
Chew
a safe night, and we'll catch you on the flip side.
Well, then you won't, then you rather not go. I'm gonna say it to you. These three little words, and they mean that we are through.